Welcome back out to my channel. Today I thought we'd do something totally different, and I'm going to take you for a ride on the fun bus. There's a shroud of mystery covering Chinese medical diagnostics. I'm always hearing things like, how do you know I have hemorrhoids? How do you know I have acid reflux? How do you know I have heartburn? How do you know my gallbladder was removed? How do you know I can't sleep at night? Well, a lot of that's based off of our diagnostic tools. Chinese medical practitioners were still taught to look at the body and to hear the patient. And it sounds like a mystery, but it's really more like a lot of hard work. What I'm going to do is give you some skill sets so you can better understand the person sitting across the table from you. And before we do that, let's just take a minute to look at the history of face reading. I personally have not found the same level of diligence put into Chinese or to put into face reading as I have, say, the tongue or the pulse diagnostics. Like Chinese medicine, when it used to be transferred down through family lineages, it appears that face reading is transferred through the family too. The information's passed down through the family. And the key difference is that with each generation, it appears that less and less of the information is getting passed down. What I'm going to do with you today is I'm going to share some of the fun face reading skills that I've used in clinic, and some of them I've validated with the clients, and then some of them I haven't. Much of the face reading skill sets are centered on personality instead of pathology. And I thought it'd be kind of neat to share things that you could use in your everyday life. There's one more thing we have to talk about before we get started. We have different nationalities and races, and sometimes those differences can make it easier to identify a different nationality or race. And I can always remember being around my German cousins when we would go visit, and I can look back at the pictures today. It was super easy to tell who was from the US and who was from Germany. We were all in clean clothes that were nicely pressed, but myself and my siblings, we would always be leaning on something, giving a thumbs up or giving a facial expression. We would always be doing something. And my cousins, oh my goodness, my German cousins were always straight up and down, standing straight next to each other with an appropriate distance between themselves and with a slight smile on their face. Never anything different. It was super easy to tell who was from Germany and who was from the US. Okay, so there's differences in nationalities and races that are normal. So when you're doing face reading, take everything in the context of what's normal and do some slight modifications for that. Let's get started. Let's talk about eyes. And there's one thing that I've noticed about eyes that's pretty consistent is that everybody will have more than one shape to their eye. They're usually going to have two shapes. So you learn a couple different things about people from their eyes. And their eyes will kind of change shape depending on what they're talking about, or I'm guessing how they're feeling at the time. Okay, the first type of eye I'm going to talk about is the large round eye, and the easiest way to see it is look at a baby. I don't know a baby who's come into this world without large round eyes, and it's through life and life experiences that their eyes change. And what they say in face reading is that large round eyes, they're open, they're very accepting, and they're vulnerable. There's another type of eye, and that's when the eye is small. You know, when you're squinting and you're trying to see something, you're concentrating really hard to see this, that is discernment. And they believe people with smaller eyes are able to see what's happening accurately. It's not only about discernment, it's also that life experiences have also taught them that what's said at times is not exactly true. And these people can also be very loyal, and when ignored, they can be kind of nitpicky, which can be annoying. These guys can be positive and they can be great risk takers because they can accurately see what's happening around them. Another type of eye is an upward slanted eye, you know, like slants up over here. And they think that is a sign of great beauty. It also is, the person is emotional in a positive way. It's almost like they entrance you, and they're intellectual. So seductive is almost a word that I would think of with that. So that's what they see with upward slanting. Another one that I see a lot is rectangular eyes. And these people, they think are intellectual and they use their mind a lot. And sometimes their thoughts or their mental processes can get in the way of their personal relationships. So they are very cerebral. Okay, so let's look at the ear. Now they say a normal size ear, the top aligns with the edge of your eyebrow, and the bottom aligns with the nose. So if your ear is high set, the top of it is above the edge of your eyebrow. If it's low set, the bottom of it is below the tip of your nose. So they say somebody who has high set ears, they don't like a lot of attention, they don't like standing out in a crowd, and if they find themselves in that position, they'll probably get up and leave. Whereas somebody with low set ears, they say those guys are really social and they like being around people and they like talking. So there's a couple more things with ears. They talk about ears that sit flat against the head or very close to the head. Those people, they think, are more cautious. They prefer financial and emotional security. And then they talk about people whose ears, you know, you've seen them, their ears stick out from the side of their head. And those people, they say, are always looking for information. They will see all sides of the story, so have a ability to be very fair and very open-minded, or at least to understand every side of the story. And then that means you can just test this out. So if you're in sales, let's say you're talking to somebody whose ears are flat along the side of their head, maybe you would want to talk about how the safety, how this will secure their bottom line, or how this will ensure their profitability. Whereas if you were talking to somebody whose ears stuck out, who would like to hear all sides of the story, you might want to give a more analytical perspective of the pros and cons and why you think the pros might be a better fit for them. I really love eyebrows, and I really can't finish this without giving a couple different examples on eyebrows, because they're really obvious and easy to see. So one of the easiest ones is if one eyebrow sits higher than the other, can't really do that. They say that person has a tendency to have a bit of an explosive temper. If your eyebrows are filled in and they're long, they think that you have better kidney health. Oh, there's a health one. So that one chance that you have the opportunity to misdiagnose a pathology. Long, bushy eyebrows, they say, are signs of great kidney health. But they also say that those people have many friends. Not just one or two, they have many friends. Whereas thin, short eyebrows have few friends, and what friends they have are probably pretty important. What were some other things? So I'm doing that discernment thing, trying to remember all the different eyebrows. Another one I see a lot is the straight eyebrows, you know? They're just straight. And they say that these people are practical and that they are down to earth. Okay, so that's a little bit about face reading. And, it's just something fun and different to do. And, the world has just gotten so serious lately that this is a great break and might give you some tools to better understand the person sitting on the other side of the table from you. So if you liked it, if you had fun with it, give it a like, give it a subscribe. If I get enough likes and subscribes, I'll do more of these. Okay, guys, until next time, I'll catch you on the other side.